After the soldiers are victorious over the Turks, a celebration was in order. Othello retires to bed with his wife. He confides in Cassio to keep the party under control. Othello leaves, and Iago meets with Cassio. Iago then persuades Cassio to talk about Desdemona's beauty, then tries to persuade him to take a drink. Cassio tells that he is not the best drinker and declines the invitation. Iago tells Cassio to drink with the others in the honor of Othello. He then reveals his plot to get Cassio drunk, and a fight will surely follow.
You see this fellow that has gone before. He's a soldier fit to stand by Caesar, and give direction, and do but see his vice. 'Tis to his virtue a just equinox. The one as long as the other, 'tis pity of him. I fear that trust Othello puts in him, on some odd time of this infirmity, will shake this island.
But is he often thus?
'Tis evermore the prologue to his sleep. He'll watch the horologe, a double set, if drink rock not his cradle.
All the general were put in mind of it. Perhaps he sees it not, or his good nature prizes the virtue that appears in Cassio, and looks not on his evils. Is not this true?
How now, Rodrigo? I pray you, active lieutenant, go.
And 'tis great pity that the noble Moor should hazard such a place in his own second with one of an ingraft infirmity. It were an honest action to say.
Not I, for this fair island I do love Cassio well, and would do much to cure him of this evil.
Help! Help!
But hark! What noise?
Zounds, you rogue, you rascal!
What's the matter, Lieutenant?
A knave teach me my duty. I'll beat that knave into a twig and bottle.
Beat me?
Dost thou prate, rogue?
Oh! Nay, good Lieutenant, I pray you, sir, hold your hand.
Let me go, sir. I'll knock you over the mazzard.
Come, you're drunk.
Drunk?
Away, I say. Go out and try a mutiny. Nay, good lieutenant. God's will, gentlemen. Help ho, lieutenant, sir, Montano, sir. Help, masters. Here's a goodly watch indeed. Who's that which rings the bell? Diablo, ho! The town will rise. God's will, lieutenant, hold. You'll be ashamed forever.
What is the matter here?
Sounds good, I bleed still. I'm hurt to the death, he dies.
Hold for your lives!
Hold ho, Lieutenant Sir Montano, gentlemen. Have you forgot all the place and sense of duty? Hold. The general speaks to you. Hold for shame.
Why? How now, ho? From whence ariseth this? Are we turned Turks? And to ourselves do that which heaven hath forbid the Ottomites? For Christian shame, put by this barbarous brawl. He that stirs next to the car for his own rage holds his soul light. He dies upon his motion. Silence that dreadful bell! It frights the isle from her property. What is the matter, masters? Honest Iago, that looks dead with grieving. Speak! Who began this? On thy love, I charge thee.
I do not know. Friends all, but now, even now, in quartering in terms like bride and groom, divesting them for bed, and then now, but swords out, and tilting one at other's breasts in opposition bloody. I cannot speak any beginning to this peevish odds. And would in action glorious I had lost those legs that brought me to a part of it.
How comes it, Michael? Are you thus forgot?
I pray you pardon me. I cannot speak.
Worthy Montano, you were wont to be civil. The gravity and the stillness of your youth the world hath noted. And your name is great in mouths of wisest censure. What's the matter that you unlace your reputation thus, and spend your rich opinion for the name of a night brawler? Give me the answer to it.
Worthy Othello, I am hurt to danger. Your officer Iago can inform you. While I spare speech, which something now offends me, of all that I do know, nor know that now I ought, by me that said or done amiss this night, unless self-charity be sometimes a vice, and to defend ourselves it be a sin when violence assails us.
Now by heaven, my blood begins my safer guides to rule, and passion, having my best judgment colleague, essays to lead the way. Zounds if I stir, or do but lift this arm, the best of you shall sink in my rebuke. Give me to know how this foul rot began, who set it on, and he that is approved in this offense, though he had twined with me, born at a birth, shall lose me, what in a town of war, yet while the people hearts brimful of fear, to manage private and domestic quarrel, in night, and on the court and guard of safety, 'tis monstrous Iago, who began.
If partially defined or leagued in office, thou dost deliver more or less than truth. Thou art no soldier.
Touch me not so near. I'd rather have this tongue from my mouth than I should do offense to Michael Cassio. Yet I persuade myself to speak the truth shall nothing wrong him. Thus it is, General Montano and myself being in speech, there comes a fellow crying out for help, and Cassio following him with a determined sword to execute upon him. Sir, this gentleman steps in to Cassio and entreats his pause. Myself with the crying fellow did pursue, lest by his calmer the town might fall in fright. He, swift of foot, outran my purpose, and I returned the rather, for that I heard the clink and fall of swords, and Cassio, high in oath, which till tonight I never might say before. When I came back, I found him close together at blow and thrust, even as again they were when you yourself did part them. More of this matter can I not report, but men are men, and the best sometimes forget, though Cassio did some little wrong to him, as men in rage strike those who wish them best, yet surely Cassio, I believe, received from him that fled some strange indignity which patience could not pass.
I know, Iago, thy honesty and love doth mince this matter, making it light to Cassio. I love thee, but never more be an officer of mine. Look, if my gentle love be not raised up, I'll make thee an example.
What is the matter, dear?
All's well now, sweeting. Come away to bed. Sir, for your hurts, myself will be your surgeon. Lead him off. Iago, look with care about the town, and silence those whom the vile brawl distracted. Come, Desdemona, 'tis the soldier's life to have their balmy slumbers waked with strife.
What? Are you hurt, Lieutenant?
Aye, past all surgery.
Marry God forbid.
Reputation, reputation, reputation. I've lost my reputation. I've lost the immortal part of myself. And what remains is bestial. My reputation, Iago, my reputation.
As I am an honest man, I thought you had received some bodily wound. There is more sense in that than reputation. Reputation is idle and most false imposition. Oft go without marrow, and lost without deserving. You have lost no reputation at all, unless you repute yourself such a loser. What man? There are more ways to recover the general again. You are but now cast in this mood, a punishment more in policy than in malice, even so as one would best this offenseless dog to a fight and imperious line, suit to him again, and he's yours.
As Cassio is stripped of his position and rank, Iago plots further how to distance Othello from Desdemona by advising Cassio to plead to Desdemona on how to get his position back. Women appear as weak and dependent upon their husbands to make decisions or to take any courses of action, such as Desdemona abiding by Othello's commands or wishes. This representation of women reflects the stereotypical feminist perspective within Shakespeare's works. Despite hardship, heartbreak, and death, Danger Zone Productions depicts Othello with greatest accuracy.